The question is, how do I know when the experience you are having are real or constructed by thinking? The only thing that's real is presence. Everything else comes and goes. Everything else is a house of mirrors. And presence isn't a concept. And you don't get to know that because you is a concept that appears in presence. But all there is presence. So as there stops being such an addiction to concepts and ideas and you, then this presence becomes more and more apparent. And the presence is self-knowing. It was never hiding. It's just the attention was on that person. So as that person strips away, then the presence bursts forward. Even though it was always bursting forward, it felt like it was contained and caged behind. And that light always knew itself. It was just seemingly lost in the concept of you. So everything, every thought, every feeling, every sensation, every idea, all of it comes and goes, and so therefore isn't it. What is it is the knowing, is the consciousness, is that presence, that aliveness, which cannot be felt but yet is always here. It's so profound. And that's waking up to itself again. Even though it was always awake, it felt like it was bound inside a cage of you and time. And it felt like you were alive and you existed in time, where really you are coming and going in stillness, in presence. And that you is so busy looking for its freedom in itself and in its world and in its story, but really it's right here. That awakeness is here. It's not about you and how to wake up. It's the deconstruction of everything you think you know. I can feel personally the knowing of what you are saying, and sometimes, for very few, I've seen at people and felt they were me, but I haven't opened my eyes yet beyond that. So how can I know what is beyond my understanding? How can you know what's beyond your understanding? Who is this person that believes it's in relationship with its understanding? Who is this person? You are this person, and you have understanding. Who is it that's had all these experiences of awakening? This person? Who's in relationship with your understanding? Surely that's a divided world and not what we're talking about. What else is there which isn't divided? The knowing of both of those people. Those both appear in presence. This is not an experience. The you that's divided has experiences and will always live in a timeline and will always be bound inside the body. And it will have understanding, it will have other people to talk to, it will have relationships with the world out there. But that person appears in this boundless energy, in this knowing. And that knowing was always there. You never had to buy that knowing. You never had to encourage that knowing. You never had to look for that knowing. All of that appeared in knowing. You look for yourself inside a world of duality, and really where you'll find yourself is in what's happening, never in time. Thank you, have answered my question. I felt that for a second. Please, would you, if you can, repeat what you can say about head is with pressure? When you're very present, I feel that pressure and doesn't feel right. Thank you. So that's great that you feel the pressure in there. So that's where a lot of people feel they are. But some people feel they're more in other parts of their body, but they feel like they're behind their eyes and they're stuck in behind here, and they're in relationship with things here and with the timeline, with past and with future. But that's not actually who you are. So what you can do when you feel like you're separate and you feel like you have free will and choice, you can just lay the attention on that pressure. And notice that that pressure is appearing in awakeness, and that awakeness is not located and is everywhere. But you can just rest the attention of the person on that pressure, and that pressure will begin to move. Notice I have lots of stories. It's okay.